Okay class, good morning. This is Akhand sir from study hall. Hope you all are fine. So we'll start with the first chapter in computers, that is basics of computer. We have already done this chapter n number of times in previous classes also, but we'll have a short revision of what we have done in class 8 and then we'll proceed further. So let's start with the definition of computers. So you all know computer is a device that transforms data into meaningful information. Okay, so there are different type of definitions that you have learned. So this is one of the shortest definition, that is a device that transforms the data in a meaningful order. So that means we provide input to computers, computer processes that information and gives you the desired result, that is the output. Okay, so you know that computer accepts the data, stores the data, processes the data. So let's start with the learning with the organization of computers. So what does that mean, computer organization? See, computer organization just means that you must have seen the computer like a desktop computer. If you talk about the desktop computer, so desktop computer is comprised of, there is a monitor, there is a mouse, there is a keyboard, and there is a CPU. And CPU itself also consists of different parts in that. Okay, so when you combine all these things into a one unit, then that becomes a computer system. So computer organization means that how these things, how these units are working together in order to achieve the desired output. That means there are some input unit. Input unit means the devices through which you are providing input into the computers, like keyboard, mouse. We are using these devices in order to give the input to the computers. Then when you provide the input, when it goes into the computer, so there are different units that perform different tasks. Just like memory unit, task is to store that information. Similarly, there is a control unit and there is an arithmetic logic unit. So control unit is to control the type of information that has to be processed in all the ways. Similarly, there is a arithmetic logic unit that does all the logical work for you. Thus, just like if you wanted to execute something for 10 times, suppose you wanted to print a single file for 10 times, so you give the command to the computer that print this file 10 times. So what does your computer does? It gives the same command to the printer to print the file 10 times. So how that is being done? That is being done by the arithmetic logic unit. See, all the logical work is in the computer is performed by the arithmetic logic unit, and after once the processing is done, then you get the final output. And if you wanted to store that information, that goes to the control unit. Control unit then transfer the value to the memory unit. So whatever you do in your computer is stored. It can be storage for a temporary period and it can be storage for a permanent period. So when you shift something for a permanent basis, that goes into your hard disk, and if you are doing something temporarily basis, it goes onto the RAM or the cache memory. So this is a block diagram. You can just go through this and you will able to understand what they do. So like this, they have explained it in this book: input, control unit and memory unit, arithmetic logic unit, I told you just now, and then the final there is a output. So this comprises of computer organization. So if we come to the next topic, that is peripheral devices. So what is a peripheral device? See, a peripheral device is connected to computers externally. Okay, just like I told you that computer system is made up of different type of devices. There are some devices that is used for input, there are some devices that produce output, and there are other peripheral devices. Like I told you that like in a basic computer, if you wanted to create a basic computer, then you need a keyboard, you need a mouse, okay, you need a monitor, you need a CPU. This is the basic organization of a computer. Okay, so in these devices, the different type of devices that I told you, there are some input devices, there are some output devices. Okay, just like input devices are keyboard, mouse that I told you just now, and output device is the monitor in this. And apart from that, if you wanted some documents to get printed in the hard copy format, then you need a printer also. So that will come under other peripheral devices. Okay, so in other peripheral devices can be a printer also. So peripheral devices are always connected externally to the computer, just like your keyboard, mouse, and your pen drive is there, your printer is there, your scanner is there. These are peripheral devices. So just like, see, they have in the diagram they have shown it. This is a monitor. It is an output device where you see the output, whatever you provide into the computers through the keyboard. So input is provided through the mouse or the keyboard, and you can see the result on the monitor. And then there is a disk drive. Disk drive means there is a floppy drive, or there can be a CD drive or a DVD drive, where you can put DVD or CD into the computer. And once you put into the that drive, once you put your CD or DVD into that drive, then you can see the output, whatever the information is there, you can see into your computers. That is on the screen of monitor. Okay. So just like input devices, I told you, input devices are used to provide the signal or the information into the computer, just like keyboard, mouse, light pen. So light pen is also a pen that you must have seen, that there were touch phones before before, you can say, these phones that we are using today. They give you just a pen through which you can write on the touch screens. That is a light pen. Okay. Then there is a optical or magnetic scanner. So there are different type of scanners. There is an optical, optical means light rays are used for scanning, and magnetic scanners are also like that, but they have a tape type of system to means scan the document. So you must have seen in the photocopy machines in the shops. Mostly in the shops, you go for a photocopy, you see that machine they are using for photocopy. That is an optical scanner. Okay. And there are touch screen systems also nowadays. Smartphones, all smartphones are mostly touch screen, and laptops are also available nowadays in the touch screen format. So these touch screen systems are working as an input and output device both. Just like if you have a tab or a smartphone screen is an input and output device both. Means you can input from that touch screen only, and you get the output there only. Okay. And the sixth one is the microphone for voice and input. Okay. So your phone has inbuilt microphone, or you use a headphone. That headphone also have a microphone. So microphone puts your voice into that particular system. Okay. Then there is a trackball. You have seen that a scroller in the mouse, through which you can scroll the page up and down. Okay, that is also an input device. So if we talk about the keyboard and mouse, and then you know all these things. So we are not going into the details. This you can read it. So you must have seen keyboard, mouse, that I don't have to show you this thing. So we'll directly move on to the output devices. So you see the output devices. First one is the monitor. Okay, so monitor is the common one that we all use. So there is a different type of monitors nowadays we are using, that is the LED technology. Before that there was an LCD technology. Before that there was CRT technology. Okay. So this computer that you see in this screen, that this white one, is a CRT one. After that LCD came. The other one, the black one, is the LCD one. Okay. So then there are printers. So these are used for printing the hard copy of whatever the document you want. And the plotters. Printers and plotters, is the difference is that printers print normally A4, A5 size. Okay. But plotters are used for huge maps, or you can say the posters that you see at the roadside, the billboards, that are printed with the help of plotters. They have a huge size of document to be printed. And then there are speakers. All these are output devices. Okay, so output devices show you the output. So see, I told you there are two technologies, CRT and LCD. So CRT is a cathode ray tube. There is a gun inside the system or the computer, that you see the old model TVs, that is based on CRT. Okay, there is a picture tube technology, in which when the electron gun, when that rays falls on the screen, that screen glows. With the help of that you see the pictures. Okay, so that screen is multicolored, that is CRT. Then the new technology came, that is LCD. In LCD what happens, there is a two glass films, in between that there is a liquid. Okay, so once electrons, or means you say the electric power is supplied to that system, this liquid crystals becomes the visual part, means they carry the multicolors into this liquid. So these multicolor liquid starts to glow. So they are better than CRT monitors because they have multicolors, so they are more visual than the CRT monitors. So after that new technology came that we are using currently, that is not mentioned here, that is LED. So it has a gas technology. So there is a vapors of gases that is being used nowadays, because vapors have much more capacity of holding multicolors. More number of colors can be holding in LED technology, that is just after LCD technology. So nowadays what we are using is LED. Okay, so there are printers also. If you come to printers, there are different type of printers: laser printer, inkjet printer, dot matrix printer, line printer. So laser printer is one which uses the light technology, and they print a high quality printing. Okay, but they are basically used for black and white type of printing. They are not being used for color printing. Okay, that is the only drawback. But laser printer are cost effective, but the printers are of a high cost because of their efficiency. They have a higher efficiency, they can print more number of documents in minimum number of time. Then below that is the inkjet printer, that uses an ink, and they have a fountain that moves around the paper, splitting the inks onto the specific point to make the character. That is an inkjet printer, they use the ink. Then there is a dot matrix printer, that is slower than inkjet also. So dot matrix printers are used in old days, and nowadays also if you go to the this military canteens and all, or you go to the PNB type of banks, such as older banks, and you see that there is a printer that makes a lot of noise. Okay, so they, in this, the dot, they move into the form of paper. On paper they just move and put a dot onto, means they hit on the paper at specific points to make a character. Okay, and there is a magnetic ribbon, with the help of that they make the dots. Then at the last there is a line printer. So line printer is generally used for large computers, so they are having a very high capacity of printing. Okay, and they are basically used for commercial purposes. So you can see here it is written, the speed ranging from 100 to 3800 lines per minute. So that means that is a very higher speed, but they are very costly. Okay, because they are costly because they are used for commercial purposes. Commercial purposes means they are used by industries and all. Suppose like they are a bookmaking industry, or there's a printing press or something, they use like these type of printers, because they have to print a huge number of printing documents and all. Then there came plotters. Plotters, as I told you, they are of larger size. They can be of a size of a room, and they are flat bed. Okay, so they are used for printing flex, billboards and all. They are also of huge cost. And they are basically used to print a huge or in the large size of papers and posters. Then there is the speakers, that's the last, and you all know. So in next class we'll see what are softwares and different type of softwares. Okay, till here you have to, and you also have to read, just go through this, because we have already done this chapter in previous classes also. So we'll move little faster if you have read this chapter before. Okay, so in next class we'll start with what is software, what is system software, what is application software, and what is the difference between them and all. Okay, so till that time, take care and just go through this, and I'll share you the assignment also after this. Once you watch this video, then we'll go through the questions, and you have to answer the questions based on whatever the chapter we are teaching on that. Okay, So you have to just complete the assignment whatever is given to you based on this chapter, and then you have to submit the answer. Okay, thank you class till that time, and if you have any doubt you can ask it to the class directly.